All right, I'm just gonna quickly post number 28. Why is it spoiled? I don't know. We have a Gavine here. Oh, because spoiler is in the
That is a
title. I need to.
surprise.
Yeah,
It's
she's down
definitely a
again.
surprise.
I'm honestly, I don't know. I'm what to say here, honestly. I mean, still decent, but she's like, except in Europe where she's decently used, everywhere else she's just not there. I mean, she is a good counter to Burn, but Burn isn't popular in all regions, so also holding her back. And yeah, I mean, 26% usage, can't really expect all that much more from 26% usage than 28th position. Yeah, but still kind of weird. Maybe telling of some things to come. But let's see. Um,
I mean, but wow, that's way too much.
yeah, yeah, that's right, Sarik. But for some reason, she's still not picked up all that well, I guess. I mean, someone like Ludmilla&Clarice is just a much superior burn counter in my eyes. So
Yeah, but still, she was very good even before the burn. I mean, the only problem I see with her is that she's very slow, but the rest of it,
yeah, I mean the
she's really
thing
good.
with Gavine was when she was released, she was basically released between new number one and number two of the SSR World Rankings, which were Lancelot and Storm Jeanne, both of which have an elemental advantage against her. So she kind of didn't look all that good. I feel like now with the Commander Astrid meta or release, she's actually she has more of the spotlight now, but still probably not quite enough to be a top unit. But yeah, that was just a short short number 28 insight. But let's focus on the top 10 for what we are here. Maybe let's kick it off right away, or maybe first, still quick question. Number for the new units like Bright Snow White. I mean, even Nobunaga was already out when the data was collected, but also Giga Rolosha hasn't been out for all that long. Do you expect any of them to hit the top 10? Question to the whole group. You can answer in chat as well, but also voice chat. Very appreciated.
I actually think Giga Royalty will reach top 10, probably number 10 spot.
Oh, okay.
As for Bright Snow, I don't see making it into the top 10, probably 11th or 12th.
Oh, okay. But also quite close then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of movement and going on in a few weeks.
Yeah,
Like for
absolutely.
me, it's not been easy to get a decent arena group again. I mean, there's a lot of movement.
What do you mean about Bright Snow White? Is it hard for you to use her or to counter her, or?
No, the thing is, she is good, but she is way too RNG dependent.
Oh,
So
okay.
it depends on where she hits and what she does and who she has around and all that.
Okay,
So
okay.
she is not as reliable as I wanted to be.
Okay, yeah. I can see that sometimes she might be dying quickly. Destroyer is saying 169% sure that she will reach top 10. Okay. um, well, then maybe let's kick it off already. What are your guesses for number 10? As always, the most difficult guess is for number 10 already. But do you have some picks? Okay, Destroyer is going with Lancelot.
Yeah, I'm going with Lancelot too.
Oh yeah,
I
I
say
mean,
Giga Royalty.
sorry, say that again, Archie.
Giga Royalty.
Oh, Giga Rolosha. Right, you said that before,
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Number 10, Giga Rolosha's Lancelot, so some storm units. Zarek is saying Earth Mysha still holds on to that 10th position. Okay, it's a fair guess. I mean, Lancelot and Earth Mysha both were pretty much the top runners in the betting game as to who will lose power. Giga Rolosha from Etzonix as well. Our Destroyer is also hedging his bets with Earth Mysha. Okay, we have Earth Mysha, Giga Rolosha, and Lancelot bets, and none of them are actually number 10. So you all can go again if you want.
Jesus.
Zaruk is saying concerning factor for the new Rolosha is the speed, and yeah, I agree about that. One speed is really, really rough in the current meta. Really have to try to protect her very well so she can actually pull off the Chrono Chaos stuff. Okay, Axel is going now with Bright Snow White. Any other guesses for number 10? Oh, Etzonix is going with Ludmilla&Clarice. Ooh, that would actually be a loss in rank at least, maybe not in power. Destroyer, don't tell me it's Bright Snow White, I'll sleep early. Well, let's see. Ooh, Zaruk is going with Water Snow White. That would be quite the revival, but I mean, given how she synergizes with Sleeping Beauty and Ludmilla&Clarice, it is a possibility. Ooh, and good point from Loli's Real that Giga Rolosha has kind of a hard time against Burn, which is currently meta. I think one pro argument on Giga Rolosha though is that if you run her with Burn, like coming from the reinforcements, she might actually give your Burn team sleep wards, which otherwise wouldn't be possible, but still a valid argument. Okay, I think, wait, what guesses do we actually have? Ludmilla&Clarice, Bright Snow White. Archie, did you place a second bet?
It would have to be Bright Snow White. That's the only other option I can really see taking number 10.
Okay. Archie going Bright Snow White as well. Zarvik with the other Snow White, the Summer Snow White. And Etzonix going with Mega Reset, so the new Dark Reset. That would be absolutely stunning, honestly. I think last time she didn't even make it into the top 28. So rising to the top 10 would be quite an upset. I wouldn't go as far as to say she sucks, but she has a really hard time in the current SSR landscape. Let's put it like that. Okay, but I think we are ready to reveal the new number 10, and one of you was right, or maybe actually multiple from you. True top 10 is Grenzer. Dark Alice, Dark Alice still hurts me that I pulled for her before the new meta wave came. Well, anyways, but number 10 is someone that was already said before, and I think Destroyer might actually go to sleep already because it is Bright Snow White.
Oh my god.
But that is still, I mean, honestly, as far as the bets go, a lot of people actually put Giga Rolosha above Bright Snow White, but Bright Snow White takes the cake here at number 10 at least. But nobody actually put a bet on Bright Snow White for number 10, so no extra points, unfortunately. Still quite impressive from Bright Snow White. Yeah. Do you guys do you guys think it's warranted? I mean, Archie, Axel, you both got that right with the Bright Snow White number 10 pick. So
She is
Yeah,
very
I
good.
can see her being top 10. I just didn't
Yeah.
expect her to be above Roller Strong.
right, got
So
it.
that surprised me.
I see that. Well, I mean, number 10, Bright Snow White. Let's see where she goes from here. Obviously, she's still quite a young unit, so she has quite some boosts active. But what is promising about her is that she's already number 15 in Japan after such a short time, and that given the time, gets scaled up to being currently number 10 in the SSR world rankings. Then I think we can move on to number 9. What are you guys' picks for number 9?
Lancelot.
Yeah. I'm going for Lancelot because she. I mean, I know she's dropping, but she's still really good, especially to take out the trash. And she's for me, that's what she's for, taking out the trash.
Perfect, perfect. So Lancelot, some good reasoning there. Archie and Axel both going with Lancelot. Do we have any other picks? I mean, Sarek is saying Sleeping Beauty might be down to 7 or 8, but that's still not number 9. I don't know. I feel like Japan, in terms of the top teams, they are actually quite quickly to adapt to the actual meta units, kind of switching in between because they have so many people who have everybody, well, pretty much everybody fully awakened, and get every new unit. So they are quite quick to switch to something that works. So I think very good indication the Japanese rankings to see what works. Okay, Tarek is also going with Lancelot. Oh, meanwhile, we have Love14 Plus join. Welcome. Feel free to join the discussion in voice chat or text chat. Right now, we are trying to find out who number 9 will be. Edsonix is also going with Lancelot. Everybody is going with Lancelot. Oh, except Destroyer, who is actually going with
No,
Earth Mysha. Wow. So that would actually be an increase yet again.
I think if Lancelot actually drops to number 9, this might be her last time in the top 10.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Kariligas is saying Lance is dead. Oof. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's a shared
The thing
sentiment.
is,
Even yeah.
I really like her. The thing is, she doesn't survive, and that's what affects her.
Yes.
But she is really good.
Yeah, especially in the start. I mean, um, let's see if she shows up in the top 10 still. I mean, we have number 9 picks. Basically, everybody's saying Lancelot. And yet again, I have to say the first round of guesses is not hitting the mark. So we have another number 9. It is not Lancelot.
Jesus, it's gonna be
Maybe one more thing. I think
what's her
it's a
name?
bit surprising. I mean, nah, maybe that's I don't know. I don't want to
Arthasia?
confuse you guys, but like I was surprised by that unit, and it is a unit that
Then
actually lost power.
Arthasia.
mm,
Earth Ossia was already out of the top 10.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
oh,
Yeah, that was unfortunate because
You're
right
you're
after her,
making
the
it
burn
hard,
unit
man.
started. I mean, in my recent video about the new Honochi, you can basically see Honochi destroying both Earth Mysha and Earth Ossia with like before they even get a turn. So that's rough. Actually, Earth Ossia got a turn, but it didn't do much except the counter. Yes, Tarek, it's correct. Destroyer is already sleeping. um, both got kicked. Jesus. Grandpa
oh,
Nobel.
Sleeping Beauty actually would make sense, seeing that Burn is rising.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Sleeping Beauty.
Earth Mission.
Earth Musha. Okay. Okay, another tip which already really puts a very small scope, I guess, of possible units, but it is a fire unit.
No.
Freya?
Oh, that
No,
would be a rise for
Brad
her.
Astrid.
Okay.
Yeah, a rise of 4 places. Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. The problem that I think burn units have right now is that there are some new burn units coming out, and so there is a bit of a displacement effect. I mentioned it in the Honochi review. Question is which burn units are the very best and which are you actually running especially in the first platoon. So the question is if Freya is still a top pick after, for example, Nobunaga was released.
Wait,
Any
is it
picks
Commander
for
Astrid?
Mm,
Commander Astrid? Okay, that would be
mm.
quite a fall, but I mean, she did have a banner out in between, and so she lost some of the boosts, and she needs to make up for it in increased usage, basically. So it is a possibility. The Rise of Dark, yeah,
I guess the
that's.
only remaining one is Brad Astrid,
Mm-hmm.
and she just remained the same spot.
Yeah, even though she's a great counter against someone like Sleeping Beauty. One reason why someone like Bright Astrid might actually fall in true power is basically being hard countered by Ludmilla&Clarice, I suppose, possibly. That might be a factor. And T-shirt is also going with Bright Astrid, and both. Oh wait, Zarek, Exonix and Destroyer still typing. Exonix is also going with Bright Astrid now. She legs close. Let's see what Destroyer says, and then I'm gonna reveal the number 9. Ooh, Destroyer saying Bastard should be 7 or something. Put SB at 8 at this point. Well, I'm gonna reveal it now, and for some it might be surprising. It is actually Bright Astrid that is losing power. I mean, she's still keeping number 9 position, but I was a bit surprised that she's actually losing power. Still, I mean, there is no alternative to her in a burn team to run her as a guard. But the question is, did Burn pick up significantly enough to rise in the rankings? We did see the Nobunaga release, but maybe there was some displacement effects going on. Oh, okay. Loli's Real saying we didn't see enough reruns of her yet. Okay, yeah, I mean, can see that, but still, I mean, Bright Astrid is already at 72% usage. Yeah, let's see if she picks up some more. I mean, especially with Sleeping Beauty, especially on some servers, maybe being stronger than others, Bright Astrid might be a good counter to that. Yeah, Destroyer, that's a good point. With 2 burn units released at the same time, the question is which one do people prioritize, or do they have enough in the bank to pull for both of them? Well, moving on to number 8. What could be number 8? Sorry, going with
Brad
Lancelot.
Golden.
Yeah, Lancelot.
Brad Golden.
Oh, wait, who? Bright Colin? What was that? Is that Water Colin? No, no. Do we have a Bright Colin actually? Wait, am I miss? Oh, Light Colin. Wait. I mean, Light Colin
We
was.
do have a like bright Galen.
Yeah, but it would be a surprise if she shoots up. But maybe maybe Ludmilla&Clarice release carries up other sleep units. Ooh, T-shirt is saying Lancelot will be out of the table. Great minds think alike. Magic call on top 8 if she does. Yeah, that would be honestly a huge upset. Okay, we have a few Lancelot picks. I didn't see the correct pick yet, guys. So you can still keep some guesses coming. There was not one of them yet. Keep in mind what I said earlier about some surprises in the data and some of the discussions we had earlier already. Rigorous sassy activities.
Right, Ludmilla.
Oh, Bright Ludmilla.
Yeah,
I like that idea. Yeah,
probably.
that would be surprising on the one hand because of the burn units, but on the other hand, I mean, Bright Ludmilla is getting a bit old at this point, but yeah, still holding up exceptionally well, of course, considering her age. Number 8 would still be
Is 2
quite
years
good.
old.
Sorry, say that again? I don't know who actually spoke just now. I missed it. Okay, Blood will stay top 5, Destroyer says. Zarek is going with Sleeping Beauty at number 8. Destroyer is saying Lancelot or Nobu or Honochi. Honochi it can't be because the data wasn't in yet when she was released. Nobu is a possibility. Lancelot is as well. Of course. Honochi top 5? No, she can't be. She's not in the rankings yet. She will only show up next time. And where is the mystery for now? Okay, Axel is saying it's either Bright Ludmilla or Sleeping Beauty. Okay. I think I'm gonna reveal it now. And it is quite a big surprise. And nobody actually guessed it. It
Really?
is it is Commander Astrid. She is
Crap.
down.
What? No way.
Slightly down, but
Astrid?
still. Astrid is down. I mean, she is number 3 in Japan. It's very important to note. She's number 3 in
Isn't she
Japan, number 7 in
carrying
Europe.
burn right now?
But Americas and rest of Asia are still not adapting the burn
Wow.
teams and holding her down. I mean, she's only at 61% usage. That means nearly half of the top teams are still not using Commander Astrid, which is honestly a shame in my eyes. I mean, I'm not complaining because I'm playing in the Americas servers where I'm getting completely screwed by burn units. So not bad if they are not adapting that, but still, it is weird. Maybe they take a while to pick up on the burn meta. Now that 2 new burn units get released, we have another chance for burn actually being pushed. I mean, Commander Astrid just had her second banner, and so possibly more people pulled for her and are building her right now, but it's not quite in the data yet. Her usage only increased very mildly, but yeah, she's absolutely one of the main carries in Japan at number 3. So definitely a great unit, but only number 8 overall in the entire world, being held back by the rest of Asia and the Americas. Okay, so that was probably, I don't know, maybe it might have been the biggest surprise I think I have in store today, but let's see. Let's keep going. We can look at number 7. Do you guys have your guesses? Tarek is saying is Lancelot gaining power now.
It has to be Lancelot. This is like the last chance for Lancelot.
Okay, got
No,
it.
it's not gonna be. Definitely not.
Axel, you're saying it's not Lancelot?
No, definitely not.
So
No,
you
I lost my my.
okay, so you already gave up on Lancelot into top 10, and Archie is basically saying,
Haku.
okay, it's the last time, the last chance now. Wait, Etzonix, did you say Haku?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that would be, I don't know where that rise in power would be coming from. I mean, admittedly, possibly the best support unit in the game right now, but given the way Evertale is going right now, supports, like pure supports like Haku is, to the most part, are having it quite difficult. So would be quite a surprise to see her at number 7. Of course, everything is possible. T-shirt is saying Bright Ludmilla at number 7. We have Destroyer who says Sleeping Beauty or Lance. Has to be right.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Sleeping Beauty. Yes, for me, it's
Okay,
gonna be
Axel is
Sleeping
going
Beauty.
with Sleeping Beauty. Ooh, Lolly's Real is saying Sleeping Beauty lost power for sure. Well, I mean, yeah, let's see on that. I mean, just keep in mind the other results, obviously the interdependencies from what we've seen already. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now. We did already see, I think, the correct guess from 1 or 2 people, or maybe more actually. So I'm already gonna prepare the reveal so we can move along to the actual absolute top units, which right now the number 7 I wouldn't exactly count towards, but I don't know how she does it. She is still holding on. She keeps the 7th position from last time, and it is Lancelot yet
Oh wow,
again.
Look at that. Wow.
wow.
So congrats on the right guesses. Archie didn't give up after every unit guessing for Lancelot. Finally, she did arrive. She is keeping number 7. She is losing some power, but actually not all that much. And she still has 84% usage. So, I mean, you barely see her in the first platoons, obviously, but she's still a mainstay in all the later platoons. And yeah, I mean, in Japan, she's number 11. In the other regions, she's actually top 10 still. T-shirt
Wow.
reaction. Okay, Destroyer saying Earth Mysha definitely bye-bye top 10, possibly, yeah. Why the Lancelot hate? Good question, actually. I think some have a bit of a trauma. I mean, she did completely wreck for like a month when she was released. Oh yeah,
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 I
I'm still
remember that.
using her for sure, Destroyer. I mean, I'm gonna use her for at least 2 more years probably. I don't get to have so many new units all the time. I'm still using Storm Almina, Dark Jeanne, and stuff like that. So I'm not exactly the guide to look at for the data. I'm just trying to make the best teams possible with few soulstones and bad luck at pulling. Axel is loving Lancelot. Oh, well, but you have forsaken her, Axel. You already gave up on her
No
at number
way,
7.
not forsaking her. Just I mean, I'm calling it as it is. A lot of people have stopped using her, but
That's true.
I
That's
love
true. I
her.
mean, that Lancelot is a bit of a surprise. Honestly, I didn't think she would be holding on to number 7. Okay, we are already moving on to the number 6. Destroyer is saying Sleeping Beauty, definitely what SB stands for. Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm on Sleeping Beauty as well.
Archie, you're saying Sleeping Beauty? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sleeping Beauty from Archie. Axel, what do you say?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Okay, a lot of unity
Yeah.
here in the calls. I mean, it is possible. I mean, we only have 6 units left. There's fewer or little space left. Would expect Sleeping Beauty to show up at some point. Yeah. Top 16 next month. Well, yeah, in the top 16,
I,
surely. I don't think she will
I'm going
fit the
for
16.
Ludmilla&Clarice.
Ooh, Ludmilla&Clarice. Is that Savik? I think it was Savik. I don't know. But okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's me.
I hate Savik. All right. Savik is saying Ludmilla&Clarice. Yeah, well, maybe some others have forgotten about her, so it is an option. Wait, what others? No hate, just surprise. So she's still there. Except tanks, yeah. Instant purify all unit. Okay, interesting stuff here. Did we have any other bets except Sleeping Beauty? Okay, Edsonix is now going against the grain and saying Earth Ossia, which is an adventurous bet, but I mean, given that we saw that some of these top burn units actually lost a little bit of power, anything that makes any weakness in burn could actually help someone like Earth Ossia or other Earth units, of course. Okay, Destroyer is now
Cinderella.
noticing Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Wow. Now Edsonix is really taking the cake here. If we see Cinderella at number 6, then this will absolutely flip the meta on its head, I would say, after number 1 in the last rankings. Not sure if we saw enough of a Cinderella counter yet. But I mean, yeah, Ludmilla&Clarice are one of these very few counters against her, so who knows? Legacy effects, yeah, Archie, that's always a thing with these older top units, that there are some certain legacy effects that I can't really price out without being super subjective about things, or just, putting older units down massively by default. Akari is actually saying Sleeping Beauty dropped out of the top 6. Okay, T-shirt is going with Bright Ludmilla.
I don't think it's possible for her to drop, because that would leave an empty space in the top 10.
Which would leave? If Sleeping Beauty dropped out of the top 10, yeah. That would be a good question. Basically, who replaces Sleeping Beauty in the top 6 if she's actually dropping out of the top 10? Edsonix now with Storm Cheat. I mean, that is a possibility, but she is very universally used, of course. So struggling with the burn meta, that is for sure. And also against someone like Sleeping Beauty, she's not great. Okay, now we get the Nagi guess. I think it's time to reveal the number 6. One of you at least already got it right. And luckily, because Kareligaus just sent me that picture, I asked about it earlier in the general chat. Bright Ludmilla is here with a transparent background at number 6 and losing a lot of power, 750k power, but still 98% usage. Just a bit of a downwards trend here with the guards. Down 2 ranks compared to June, so number 6, but I mean, come on, she's 744 days old at this point. Still top 4 in every region except Japan. And even in Japan, she's still number 6. So that is telling you everything about this unit. Definitely, if you are traveling back in time and having to give someone a tip for which unit to spend everything on in 2021, it's Bright Ludmilla. All right. Okay, we have a few more joiners as well. Very good. Destroyer is saying, where is Sleeping Beauty? So Israel, I will send you to Jesus. All right. She's 6 years old. Okay, moving on to the top 5, and we have a big jump in power here is all I'm gonna say for now. We are jumping by 1 million power now above the number 6. So these 5 units are truly regarded as the very best units in the game. Who could that be? Zarek is going with Ludmilla&Clarice for number 5.
Yeah. I think it's Ludmilla&Clarice as well.
Okay, Archie.
Ladris.
Edsonix also agreeing with Ladris. Any other guesses? Excel? Destroyer going with Nobunaga. Okay, so still not quite convinced that Sleeping Beauty will show up eventually. Nobunaga, of course, great supporter, especially in burn teams, but can also help some others with her Crimson Ward. Excel is going with Sleeping Beauty now. Ooh, T-shirt is saying Ludmilla and Clarice, and actually putting down his foot and saying Sleeping Beauty is still better than her. Loli's Real is saying, did Sleeping Beauty get higher? I mean, if she is in the top 5, then possibly.
Giorel.
Okay, now we're just throwing out random names that might as well say Nagi. Nah, just kidding. But yeah, Jirel is not catching on in the top arenas of the old servers for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely struggling. But I heard she has some good use in events to clear some bosses with her duplication effect. But yeah, other than that, not the best unit. And Earth is also not having the best time right now. So her survivability and everything is just not really there right now. All right. Spego Tire is the most top 10 Evertale betrayal meta in history. After all my replays has been not doing anything against Burn. Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, it depends a bit on which server you're in, I guess, and that is a factor. We're looking at all the regions of the world here, the top servers, and maybe one of them is still very much against burn usage or burn focus. And I am going to reveal now the number 5. Let me just put that picture there. And Edsonix was right, at least in the sense that it is actually an Earth unit. And some others have already guessed it. It is Sleeping Beauty at number 5. She's gaining a lot of power, but she's keeping her 5th position, and she's now number 1 in the Americas, which is basically what you can see happening if she's facing off against basically no burn teams. Then Sleeping Beauty is probably the best unit in the game right now. And yeah, she's number 1 in the Americas, 87% usage, and that's before her second banner even hit. So no wonder she's number 5. Though admittedly, except in the Americas, in the other regions, she is used a lot, but mostly in the later platoons when hopefully the fire has already burned down, so to speak. But yeah, she gained some significant power, but it seems like maybe some other unit gained even more power because there still have to be 4 units above Sleeping Beauty. Blame the Americas, is Unknown Nerd saying, and yeah, I agree on that. I mean, honestly, I said earlier it's nice that Burn is not catching on so much in the Americas because my team is really struggling against Burn, but to be fair, it's also struggling against Sleeping Beauty, so it's not much help until I get someone like Cinderella. They hate summer.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Number 5, Sleeping Beauty, out of the way. Now we are getting into, or we are already in the absolute top territory, but who in that top territory could fill the 4th position? What are your guesses?
Storm Genie.
Ooh, Storm Jeanne, okay. Millennia is saying Ludmilla&Clarice, okay. Ooh, Zaruk is already locking in his all his top 4 picks, so he's saying Ludmilla&Clarice at number 4. Loli's Real is saying Storm Jeanne, T-shirt Ludmilla&Clarice.
Yeah, Ludmilla&Clarice for me as well.
Okay, Archie also going Ludmilla&Clarice, and also saying that Cindy might break 10 million power. No unit has managed that before, but let's see. She was already quite close, I think, last time. Okay, Axel is going with Storm Jeanne, so I think mainly we have Storm Jeanne and Ludmilla&Clarice picks from everybody. Destroyer also said Ludmilla&Clarice. I just saw that earlier. Yeah. Oh, okay. Zaruk is now backpedaling a bit, saying Storm Jean might actually be number 3, not number 2. But let's keep an eye on that. I mean, we did already see a lot of guesses. Nobody is saying number 4, Light Anya or Cinderella, right? So light units are exempt from the 4th position. Do I see that right?
I mean, light units do have an advantage. Their only natural counter is dark, and dark is nowhere to be seen.
Yes, very, very good point. That is absolutely true. I mean, we do have bright Snow White now at least, but still, it's not really a permanently dark unit, and technically it is a light unit, so actually helping the light element further in its domination. All right. Is that a spoil for Tlanya? I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to confuse you. Tarek is still saying Ludmilla&Clarice at 4th position. All right. Good. I mean, I can already say as much. It is correct that Cinderella is not at number 4, so nobody picked that, and you were all right in that. It is also not Light Anya, so it was not a spoiler, but instead it is, as I think the majority from you actually picked, it is the water unit, and it is Ludmilla and Clarice with a true power gain of 1.4 million. um, which is a lot. I mean, she's already number 4 in Japan, and that such a short time after her banner. She's only 51 days old at this point. And honestly, it makes sense. I mean, with Storm being pushed back so much, which is only real counter, and she has that kind of evade, so she can hide behind guards. And she is basically the big counter against burn teams, which are super strong. And still, at the same time, she can be used in teams with Sleeping Beauty, for example. So she can basically be used in all the teams that are good right now. Yeah, 78% usage already after such a short time, and she's top 10 everywhere without any age adjustments. So yeah, deserved from Ludmilla&Clarice. I agree. Magic Beauty. Wait, what is that? Glad I got her to get broke. Okay. Well, yeah, seems like a unit that it is worth it to go broke for. Maybe the top 3 even more so, but I mean, there can be some arguments made. We are at the absolute top now, so all of these units, I think, deserve praise. And we are going on to the number 3 now. I think Tarek already said earlier Storm Jean or Light Anya, which many people might actually agree with. What are you guys locking in for number 3 guesses?
El Ania.
Ooh, okay. Atsonix going with Light Anya. T-shirt going with Storm Jean. Destroyer also going with Storm Jean. Okay, 2-1 for now.
Storm Jean for
I'll see
sure.
Storm Jean as well.
Okay, Archie going with Storm Jean. So 3-1 for Storm Jean. Any further bets? Let's see for Millennium. Okay, I'm already gonna put a small spoiler and say it's not Cinderella. Which might come as a big surprise to some of you, but yeah, Cinderella still holding on. And I mean, so are all these other units in the top 3, despite maybe some of them losing some power. Axel is going with Storm Jean. Zaruk now saying Storm Jean as well. Well, no, Storm Jean already had her secondary one. Yeah, she was already, she had her second rerun, and last time I think she hit 100% usage actually because of that. So the question is now Light Anya or Storm Jean, and gonna put the reveal there. I mean, we have another guest from Millennia who is saying Light Anya, and This time it was the minority that was correct. Light Anya is actually at number 3, losing just a little bit of power, 77k, staying at the 3rd position, top 3 in every region except Japan, and 97% usage. I mean, she had her 2nd banner, and now basically every top team is using her. But I mean, she is just a guard, so not absolute game changer. That's what I'm always telling newer players, to definitely not go for guards first. So Light Anya is an example of that, even though she is an SSS tier unit and still remains at number 3. Okay, Light Anya, of course, great 100% guard with the endure effect that she can perpetually unlock, and also the stun absorber, which is less relevant now, but that also means that she gets more turns to actually make use of her great skill set, including instant give turns. All right, and then we go on to number 2. It's getting very tight now. Axel is saying Storm Jeanne at number 2. Zarek as well, although Storm Jeanne overtakes Grenzer very slightly there.
Yeah, it pretty much has to be Storm Jeanne. Cinderella is too uncontested right now.
Okay, yeah. Very big agreement here. Okay, Destroyer Bash and Nagi. Okay. Well, at least someone maybe not getting the number 2 right, as far as I can see. Denied. Let's not get political here. Okay, number 2 is actually a unit that is number 2 in every single region, so it's very fitting. She has 99% usage. It is Storm Jeanne and her sister Storm Michaela, 99% usage 200 days after her release, but she is dropping in power. So that wasn't too far-fetched that she might lose a position, but still, I mean, she is holding on. She can still sway the battle significantly. That indestructible 100% guard from Storm Michaela is still absolutely amazing. So yeah, that is that is why Storm Jeanne is still holding on to number 2, and pretty much every region actually agrees with that, regardless of who is number 1 in these different regions. Number 2 everywhere is Storm Jeanne. And yeah, quite an easy pick with that kind of full stun support package, even though stun is having struggle with burn, but burn is not prevalent in every single region. Okay, then number 1, I don't know, do you guys have any crazy guesses left, or is it just gonna be
Cindy.
Ooh, Cindy. Adventurous guess. Well, maybe it's actually Earth Mysha, who knows? Back to the top suddenly with
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Hella annoying. Reina. Oh wow. Okay. Original Dark Reset. Wow. These guesses are wild. I like that. A lot of possibilities here. Man, those were the times. I don't know if Dark Reset ever reached actually number 1 in my rankings. I only started the rankings in June 2021, so I'm not sure if she was still at the top there back then. I feel like right at the start of 2.0, she might have had a good chance to actually take the number 1 spot. But she did remain in the top 3 for a while, especially because I didn't have any age modifiers back then. No, not. No wonder. Okay, Ratchet top. Honoji. Again, Honoji is not in the rankings yet. Tiamat at number 1. Wow. Okay, that one is a fun guess. I liked it. Tiamat. Basically, the last unit before a new meta generation started being released. Probably the most screwed over unit in terms of how quickly she got absolutely obliterated after her release. And Well, I'm just gonna put a little reveal here now. And at number one, actually, we do see Earth Mysha. barely missing the top 10, so still kind of holding on there, and still top 5 in Europe and rest of Asia, actually. So quite impressive stuff, but only 77% usage, and she is dropping in Japan, only number 14 now. Quick question from Millennia is, what is true power? True power is basically an estimation of how strong a unit really is in the current meta, and you can think of it like a stock price or something. Like it's trying to price in future developments and estimations, and how good a unit will perform in the future. And yeah, so that all comes together in the true power based on 101 top teams that are analyzed. Okay, then let's actually reveal the number one. And I feel like maybe a question about that might still actually be, how much power does this new old number one have? And it was actually quite close, Archie. We are now at 9.9 million power for
Whoa.
Cinderella.
Close enough.
This is, yeah, of course, again, an absolute true power record, never done before. 9.9 million power. We never saw that before. She is number one in Japan, number one in rest of Asia, number one in Europe, before she even had her rerun banner. The only region where she's seemingly a bit underutilized is, again, the Americas, although that is fair to some degree, because Sleeping Beauty is going so rampant there, and Cinderella's main adversary is kind of someone like Sleeping Beauty with the cursed sleep without burn to support her. Poison where? Yeah, poison is nowhere really. I don't know. Wait, let me check which is the highest ranked poison unit. Well, Earth Anya. But Earth Anya also fell to number 19 in the rankings. So yeah, barely any poison left in the. Oh, well, actually, Earth Ossia is also number 17. So technically, maybe also a poison unit. Yeah. Yeah, America's slow on the uptake, possibly. Let's see what America are bugging. Earth Mysha, I just revealed Destroyer. I don't know if you missed my little prank there. But yeah, she's number 11, number 1-1. The highest ranked crisis unit. Giga Rolosha maybe first. I found it just now. Giga Rolosha is actually down to 15th position. Not quite keeping her place from last time. I think she made 11th last time. And then I am going to reveal the list right now anyways. I'm going to reveal the top 14, but I'm just checking for the first crisis unit first. It must be F Mirai, I suppose. Yeah, Fire Mirai at number 41 is the best crisis unit right now. Although technically Earth Ossia does have a crisis skill. So if you want to be generous, number 17 for the best poison and crisis unit. It is kind of sad for crisis, I agree. Okay, let me just quickly reveal the top 14. Or should I reveal who the best bettors first? I'll reveal the top 14 first and then. Okay, here you go. You see everything now in the overview with the huge gains from Ludmilla&Clarice and Sleeping Beauty. Nobunaga, the new fire unit, at number 14, 15% usage, but she was only out a few days, so that is one of the reasons. Water Snow White still holding on to number 12, and Water Colin is actually rising to number 13, which is a bit of a surprise there, but yeah, I mean, she's a good disruptor again with all that burn going around, and her Savage Force as a water unit can take care possibly of some of these burn units, and of course her flip sleep, exposing one of the main weaknesses of burn builds, even though Nobunaga now might take care of that. And yeah, Axel Giga Rocha possibly suffering here from all these stun wards being released, like all the other stun units as well. She isn't really having a great time right now. We are now a bit gone from the times where Storm was absolutely dominating everything. Yeah, so just very quickly, before we wrap this event up, I'm just gonna quickly shout out the best bettors again of this round who place their bets in the SSR betting game on who will lose power. And let me just check who were the best bettors in this round. Number 4, number 5. Maybe just the top 5 this time to be a bit faster, possibly. Well, actually, I mean, given who we have on the call, I'm gonna start with number 8, which is Axel. Very well done. 31% gain on your bets. Number 7, we have Novus, and at number 6, we have Keynes, who bet on every single unit except the burn units to drop. Some of these were, of course, false, but he also gained some good return from some of the less picked units that were actually losing power. And then at number 5, we have T-shirt. Congratulations on that gain. Number 4, we have Def Special 1738. I think someone who just joined very recently. So congrats on the good performance. And for the top 3, we actually see number 3, Earth Buddy, number 2, Thanatos, and number 1 is actually Rain, who put all his money on Commander Astrid, and he was the only one to actually do so. So he made a good return there, even though she lost not a huge amount of power, 87% plus for his points. What that basically means now in terms of the total rankings is that number 7 is now LOL is real. Number 6 is Shadows. Some of you might know him. He's the top player in Europe. Then we have Novus at 5, IC at 4, Earthbody at 3, T-shirt yet again on number 2, and at number 1 we have back on top Thanatos, who is a constant contender here as well. So shout out to these people. Very well done with your bets. Great stuff from you guys. Good luck on your next bets. Hopefully seeing many join again. As always, it's a free betting game, so just put your bets on the Discord channel when I shout it out. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. I feel like I've been having a monologue now for 10 minutes or something. I'm not sure how many we actually have still on the call.
I'm still
But
here.
perfect. Excellent, still there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, yeah, thanks to Stroyer for joining. Dethroned Cindy. Wow, okay, that would be quite something. Quite mixed reactions here for that prediction from Edsonix. But yeah, that's it for now. Cinderella reigning absolutely supreme now, 1.3 million ahead of Storm Jeanne, and actually close to breaking into the 10 million power territory. If that happens, I actually have to work on that format from my rankings, because I think it will break the format. But yeah, let's see if it happens. I mean, she is now really high, so I can understand why some people actually put some points on Cinderella losing power. I mean, she's now so high up, it's a really high Fallhöhe, we would say in German. Like she has a lot of potential to actually fall. But yeah, all right. then I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining, especially Archie, Axel, Etzonix, Tariku put in some words again as well in the voice chat, but of course everybody who guessed along in text chat as well. I hope you had a good time. And also stay tuned on the Honochi review, which I will release in a few minutes, I think. Okay, cool. Thanks,
All right, man.
guys.
So,
Thanks
yeah,
for
it was
having us
fun.
again.
Have a
Keep
good
up the good
day
work.
Thank you.
or good
Good
night.
game, good game.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Okay.